So, have I ever mentioned how sometimes it feels like I'm the luckiest person in the world? I'm really grateful for everything I have, even some nights are just rainy nights. Like, I got a roof over my head. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. Um, Something amazing happened again the other day. One of these past Zoom meetings, and I'm excited about the Zoom meetings. I'm learning, and I understand a lot of what other people are saying. I'm not alone, and I'm understanding what they're saying, and I'm all excited about it. I mean, totally excited about it. It's wonderful. Um, and there's one guy out there, Phil Gruber. I mentioned it before. I did a reaction to Visitors to a Small Planet. Phil did that, and I was freaking out. So I had my only reaction out here because it was amazing. I understood exactly what he was saying. And another Zoom meeting that he was a part of, and he was noticing, I guess, my reactions, and we just started chatting off to the side a bit. And as a result of that, what's happened is um, he accepted me into a mentorship program with him. So he's going to be a mentor to me on some the information that he's familiar with, that he knows his information, and at least from my end, his information is brilliant and spot on. Because what a lot of what he talks about is the levels of dimension and what he calls morphogenic fields. Basically, it's the holographic matrices of existence. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. If you go back to my strange happening number one, I mentioned I had memories from before I was born. And the thing that we were doing is changing things, influencing things here in this reality here on Earth. And it was changing things, but this was like a holographic universe. Everything was holograms, what we were doing. It was a holographic matrix, a holographic universe we were dealing with, and it was everything on this planet, everything that was happening. And we were influencing things to try to keep things running smoothly and the way things should go. And that's what we were doing. And then later on, still, I don't remember if I was still crazy and alone or if I found other people yet, but I mentioned one of my ramblings with my tea that I do about the little scientific guy that I watch and some scientific papers because I have a scientific mind. And there was an actual scientific paper talking about the holographic duality of the universe, and that it's looking more that is like more like a holographic design to the universe itself for existence. It's like, well, that matched up to my strange happening number one. How weird is that? All right, holographic duality of the universe. An actual scientific paper on it. Real scientists come up with this and all the models and all the formulas and all that. It was amazing, just amazing. And then here's Phil saying the same thing from a metaphysical level, kind of spiritual level. And it's like, yes, perfect. It all blends the same. It's all the same. And he's got some great detailed information. So I am the luckiest person in the world. I feel really honored to be part of his mentorship program. And just even, we had our first meeting yesterday, last night, and just the basics. It's going to take me a while to incorporate the basics. I understand it. I've got to learn the terminology, like anything new you're trying to learn. But I totally get it. I totally understand. And it goes right along with some of the scientific papers I've read. And it's like, this is brilliant. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. So I don't know how I got so lucky. I really don't know how I got so lucky. And Phil is amazing. Phil Gruber is amazing. Um, I told him last night that he's working with an open slate, that I really don't know anything about what he referenced law of attraction and the secret and all that. Um, I've seen some stuff on it, but I don't know anything about it really. Um, I don't know anything from anything. I'm just learning. I just learned there's other people out there. What is it now? 7, 8 months ago, that there's other people. I'm not alone, and I hadn't been doing any kind of research before that. So all my life, there's no real research into any kind of things like this. So I don't have any preconceived notions of what anything should be. So he's working with a blank slate. The only thing I have is experiences, and that's what's getting me to. Because some of the things we went over, talking about astral infusion and some of the things he went over. I'm like, I've done the exact same thing when I grow my plants in the greenhouse. How I like to touch them and give them energy and love and all that, and they do grow great. And I guess that's why I got this reputation of growing things now. I don't know. Um, but he uses it on a different level. And it's like, I understand. I totally understand. I just do this because that's just what I do. I don't know why, but I understand. Um, but I haven't read up on it. It just do it. I don't know why. And then another thing he talked about this bubble of light around yourself kind of thing. I'm not going to go into detail on that. I don't want to go too much into that. But we went over that a particular thing, and it's like I had done that before. When I fought these dark entities and things, that's how I protected myself with this, like a, it's like an eggshell, a bubble of light and love around you, and that's what I did as a very young kid. I just didn't know all the details, and which are very, very important. I didn't understand the whys or how it worked and why it worked and anything like that or how to advance it anymore. And he's got all that information. And it's just like, wow, just wow. Because he's talking about this one thing and detailed about it. I'm like, I understand because I've done it, but I didn't know how or why. And this other thing, I've done it, but I didn't know the hows or why or how to improve or do anything like that. And he's got all that information. And it's just like, I did this stuff naturally and I didn't understand why or how, but he has the whys and hows, and I'm getting a better understanding and I'm learning. And I don't know how I got so lucky. I don't know how I got so lucky. Um, but yeah, what his information is spot on with me. That's for sure. So it's going to be a wonderful journey, and I'm really looking forward to it. And our first meeting was last night, and got a lot of stuff to learn.